against that.
How beneficial is it to get first team snaps?
It's huge. But whether I get snaps, whether I don't, it's my job as a professional to be prepared and ready to play and help contribute to, the football team. But in general, yes, getting reps with the first team offense and building some relationships out there in practice, it's huge. It's very beneficial.
Adam was talking about how you told him it was 58 games or so that he hadn't heard you. You heard him call.
I told you about that. Yeah.
How was it that first time, and how is it now that you get a whole week of him playing for you?
It's something that I've been wanting for a lot of years. I talked quite a bit on Sunday about how much, I believe in Coach Gase and his system and who he is as a person and a coach. And, I saw that firsthand for a lot of years in Denver. And, I saw what it's like to be able to play quarterback for a coach like that. And as a quarterback, that's the guy you want to play for. So to be able to go out there on Sunday and have him in my ear the whole time and working together on the sideline, it was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
You did a lot of waiting, I guess, in Denver.
A lot of waiting. I heard a lot of play calls come in through that earpiece that weren't coming in for me. So to go out there and finally be the guy pulling the trigger, it was a very special day.
Was there one play call where you're like, all right, I really like that, I dig that, I didn't expect that in this moment?
I wouldn't say that. There was a number of play calls that I absolutely loved, and that's what makes Coach Gase so special. But I think the really unique thing is I anticipated a couple of those, especially late in the game, because I've seen him do it so many times. I know what Coach wants when he calls certain plays, because I've been in that meeting room with him so many years, hearing where he wants that football to go. So there was times where, he's sitting there and he's looking at his sheet, and in my head I'm like, I think he's going to call this play. Sure enough, 3 seconds later, that play comes in. So, we were definitely on the same page, and that made it a lot of fun.
Terminology-wise, have things changed, or how easy has it been for you to pick it up into that?
No, terminology is all the same for the most part. Obviously you change a few things over the years. Teams catch on to certain words and signals, so you change those up. But, for the most part, it's the same system that he was running in Denver.
You had a lot of big moments on Sunday. How about the moments where you were handing off to Frank Gore?
Oh, those are special. That's something I'll never forget. Watching a future Hall of Famer from the field level is pretty special. But, not just Frank. Kenyon had a tremendous day as well. Both those running backs ran extremely hard. The first guy wasn't bringing them down. They were running through arm tackles. They were jumping over guys. They were stiff-arming guys. Those guys definitely played very hard, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
I'm sure you weren't one of them, but there are probably people out there thinking this moment may never come for you again.
Yeah.
You don't seem like one who's going to show them wrong, but how it feels to get to this point after kind of the road you take.
Yeah, I would say none of it surprises me. I think first and foremost, as an athlete, and no offense to anybody in this room, but we need to put earmuffs, if you will, and drown out all the outside noise. Because the only thing that matters is your belief in yourself, and then the belief that your teammates and coaches have in you. Other than that, nothing really matters. And so, throughout my entire career, I've always believed in who I was as a quarterback, as a person, as a leader. And so, none of this takes me by surprise, but I would say it's special because in this league, you never know how many opportunities you're going to get, and every opportunity is different. So to be able to come here to Miami and get this opportunity to start some games, now it's all about just making the most of this opportunity.
Was there a point that you kind of doubted this would happen for you again at some point?
No, there was no doubt. It's just there's a lot of factors that are out of your control. You can control how hard you work, your effort, your attitude, how you're training, how you're studying. But whether you ever become, number one in the lineup, or whether you even get an opportunity to play on game day, a lot of times that's out of your control. So the key is I've been through some ups and downs, and I've learned so much along the way. And now it's all about just making the most of these special opportunities because, like you just said, you don't know when you're going to get another one.
Talk about these ups and downs. The last few years, particularly for you, have been busy,
Yeah.
What have you learned the most, I guess, through that period?
How to pack up a house and travel. No, it's through times of adversity. I believe that there's great lessons that can be learned if you're willing to learn them. And that's something I've done. Whether it's been a good day or a bad day, I've always tried to learn something so that I can be better, so that when another opportunity came around, I'd be that much better of a player. And I think that's something I've done. And I think the key is you can never lose belief in yourself. Because I think in this day and age that we live in, too many people are too fast to place judgment. So many people want to bring you down rather than build you up. And so you need to have a very strong belief in yourself, your teammates, your coaching staff. And like I said, you need to drown out the outside noise and focus on the things that truly do matter.
Brock, we all kind of seen over the years the gif of you reaching for your helmet in the Broncos game.
Yeah,
and Payne going
it's
back
the
to-
Raiders. Yeah.
How often does that come back to your mind? I mean, you probably just laughed about it just now.
Yeah.
Is it something that always kind of recurs to you, like how much you had to wait in Denver? And
Yeah, it does. That was a funny game. That was a funny year. But once again, that's just a lesson to be learned. You never know when your opportunity is going to come, and it's all about preparing when no one's watching. And what I mean by that is, once again, focus on the things you can't control. You can study as much as you want. You don't have to be the first string guy to be studying more than the first string guy. So how you study, how you work out, how you go about your business, as far as being a professional, you never know when that opportunity is going to come, and it's all about being prepared and ready for when it does.
We saw Peyton at the game, this past week. Did he say anything to you?
Yeah, we talked before the game in the locker room, and I'm going to keep our conversations private, but needless to say, it was great to see him. It was great to have a conversation. We talked after the game as well, and on Monday morning, and Peyton and I shared 4 years together in Denver, and as you can imagine, all the time that we spend in this building and on the road, we really built a tremendous relationship. I think we both have a ton of respect for each other, and he's just a great person, and so to have him back in the locker room, it kind of took me back for a second, and it was a lot of fun. It was good to have him around.
did you have to make sure he didn't have a helmet?
I'm pretty comfortable that those helmet days are done, but you never know with him.
While you waited during that time, what did you learn most from Peyton?
How to prepare. How to prepare for a game, and not just a game, a season. It didn't matter whether it was April, June, middle of August, October, how every single minute in the day matters, and how you go about your business matters, and it's going to rub off on your teammates. It's going to rub off on your coaches. How to set a standard and hold people to it. Something that we say a lot in the offensive room is standard over feelings. And I think that's something, when you have a group of professionals, people understand that. You're not always going to be someone's best friend, but if you're all working towards the same common goal of winning, there's a respect there, and that's something he definitely taught me.
Russ, you said Sunday that you first got a text, then a call that you were going to start. You became emotional. Did someone after that send you any type of message to say, hang in there, or wish you the best?
No. After I talked to Coach Gase and knew I was starting, it was pretty much just head to the stadium and get ready to roll. I didn't talk to anybody specific. I had a few conversations internally with myself. This game is so mental. When you get to this level, there's so many talented guys, physically talented guys. And we talk about in the quarterback room all the time that, really one of the few places that you can find, maybe an advantage on your opponent is mentally. And we have a couple guys in this building that do a lot of I guess you could call it mental performance work, if you will, and those guys are tremendous, and we work on that stuff all the time. So, you know, you have a little conversation with yourself, get yourself in the right mind frame, and get ready to roll and go have some fun.
So how a couple more guys part of your mind? I mean, is there one person on one side of the other side saying you can do this, the other one saying I don't know? Or?
No, it's nothing like that. It's just you know, my confidence will never waver. You know, that's something that's just naturally in me. That's something that's been built over the years. And I mean, shoot, you saw it on Sunday. Sometimes you're going to throw interceptions. How do you bounce back? You know what I mean? So it was nothing like that. It's just there's a different mind frame that you need to have if you're starting the game versus maybe taking in some plays from the sideline. Maybe a starter gets hurt and then you go in. So really, it's just getting ready to go from the first play and go have some fun with it.
So how different will this week be for you than last week was?
Won't be any different at all. Going to bed the same time, eating the same food, doing the same routine, studying the same way. Absolutely nothing changes except I'll get some more reps in practice, and that's really it, to be honest with you.
Is it easier or harder to have a game thrust upon you kind of suddenly as opposed to you're going to be the starter and you know it for an entire week?
Yeah, makes no difference to me. Really doesn't. I would say the only thing that you get knowing that you're going to be the starter all week is you get a little bit of input on the game plan. Hey, what do you think about this route? Or, you know, but really for the most part in this building, you know, Coach Gase, Coach Loggins, you know, Coach Hardegree, you know, they put together the game plan and we just go execute it as players. So even with that, you know, nothing really changes. Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was on the
The making of it was on.
He's the anti-Jake Cutler.
Good.